opnames vanuit pension Homeland in Amsterdam, restaurant, hotel en bierbrouwer. Ik heb de Pale Ale.
Ja, ik drink
de Heineken versie daarvan.
Ik drink er gewoon bier.
Ja. We zijn hier in het kader van Nerderlands, een festival voor de international tech scene. Te gast bij ons is nu Eddie Codel. Eddie, when we look at your LinkedIn profile, it says I help companies, or live streaming is my specialty. The newest form of live streaming, you could say, is what you're active with today, because you're the organizer of the Flying Robot International Film Festival. Robots, is that what I call drones? Is it a combination of different things?
Yeah. Well, a flying robot is a drone, or a drone is another way of saying a flying robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What news has the flying robot brought into your profession?
Sorry, say again?
What sort of new elements has it brought into your profession?
Oh, well, so flying robots do offer the ability to give you a live camera angle from, if we were doing a live production here and we wanted to have a drone, we could certainly grab that feed. It sort of replaces a blimp or aerial shots that you might use at some big event somewhere. It adds that element to it. I mean, it's basically a remote flying camera in the context of a live production. So that's one piece.
And you were before you started involved with drones and flying robots. You were a freelance videographer, a producer, making lots of TV, online video programs.
Online mostly, yes.
What started your fascination with the drone thing when it came up? I mean, we're talking 2011, 12, 13.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah. Well, it was one of those things that it caught my imagination. I saw a friend make a drone video, a short video, at an event I was at a few years ago, and I was just blown away. And I was there. I saw the drone shoot it, and then I saw the piece that he produced afterwards, and I was just sort of amazed by what you could do on such a small, simple budget with such simple gear. And so that kind of got my mind going, and I decided I wanted to do it too, and I ended up buying a very rudimentary drone at the time and adding on to it, hacking it, making it more versatile and able to capture steady video and then I took it to a few events and cut together some videos and got a little bit of attention for it.
Yeah, I bought my first drone. It was, I think, a Parrot.
Oh, yeah, the Parrot AR.
In the United States for $400, I think. At 4 years ago. I think, 3 years ago.
Totally. That was one of the first drones that you could actually program to do something.
And you could fly it with your iPhone. Yep. And but has that changed your life completely? I mean, you're now the initiator of the Flying Robot Film Festival. If I read your profiles, this is what you do,
It's where my passion lies right now. Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
It is. I still do the live video stuff because that still pays the bills. It's my legacy. Skill set, and
you're really a consultant for the big companies, for like Ustream and every.
Yeah. I mean, I have a handful of companies that I do regular work for, but the drone thing just kind of came out of the nowhere. I mean, it's interesting that it's sort of tying back into the live production, but ultimately the film festival really is an expression of celebrating other people's creativity. So, as much fun as I have making drone videos, shooting drone videos, and capturing aerial images, I think what other people are doing is oftentimes a lot more interesting than what I'm doing, and I would want to celebrate that. So that's what the film festival is about, bringing in these others and creating a platform.
Okay, in this year you're organizing it again.
Second time, yes.
The second time. I think you have like a promo video.
I do, yeah.
Maybe we should have a look at it.
All
with
right.
some, I expect some really special drone footage. Yeah.
I think you'll be happily surprised.
Okay. So the second time you organize this film festival, where do we have to go if we want to join?
Well,
where do you organize it?
so if you want to participate in the festival, all you need to do is have access to the internet. So we're taking submissions globally. The film festival itself will premiere in San Francisco in November this year. Last year we took it on the road, so it was in San Francisco, and then it went to Western Australia in a few cities, as well as Indonesia for one city. So the hope this year is to bring it to more places, and then maybe encourage other people to do their own.
Okay. If you look at the submissions you've got for 2016, what for you was the most special or new?
This year?
Yeah.
Well, we're still in the submission process right now,
Okay.
so I can't really pick a favorite yet.
Okay,
and I'm I mean we have some amazing submissions so far. It's hard to say which is going to be selected because we have a jury of 15 judges.
Of course, but what are the new developments? I mean, cameras are getting better, quality is getting better, drones are getting more stable.
The technology is evolving very well. Yes, and as a result, we're seeing some amazing footage. Some people are being a little more experimental. They're trying to get shots that you couldn't otherwise get, or more likely that you'll be able to pull it off because you have more visibility into what it is you're doing. One that sticks out that it was submitted it's a very, very short piece where somebody starts inside of a smokestack, like in an old factory, and you don't even know this at the time when the shot is open, and it goes up, and then there's a big reveal, and you're like, well, what is this? What I don't understand. There's something. It's a giant tunnel, and then it finally comes out of the top of it, and you understand what it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So there's some surprises in there.
Yeah.
So what's the it is a relatively new technique, of course, the last couple of years, like you just mentioned, but it is impressive, isn't it, to see what there is when you for example when you start on a YouTube or Vimeo channel, whatever it is.
Sure, so much.
You can spend all day watching brilliant material. I think.
Agreed.
Because it is, of course, another example of democratization of media. Because now you can. So in the end, it's about the idea, the quality, and etc. Because we can all be a.
Yes. That's a really good point, actually. So I've been involved in a few events previously where that was the exact point. It was to democratize media, and so I see this as an extension of sort of that ethos that I've been involved in previously. Because the drones that people are submitting content from are these inexpensive commercial, quadcopters that you can buy that have actually very good video quality, and you can, if you learn a few tricks and you understand what you're doing, you can make some very, very compelling content or footage or films, And I hate to just say content like that because that sounds like it's,
it's cheap.
Minimizing
it. Sounds cheap.
But it's a tool. It's a tool like any of these cameras are. And if you learn how to use that tool in a way that is very compelling, then you can make amazing things. And I feel the evolution is very accelerated right now. I mean, we're.
In what way? What is accelerating?
Yeah, well...
I mean, I thought a year ago, we have the drones. Mm-hmm. Okay, they fly higher, they're more stable, the cameras get better. That's it.
And they're becoming smarter too. So
in what way?
So you can do these kind of shots that are programmatic. You can tell it, like, you wanted to do an orbit around a specific object that you wanted to record. You can basically say, here's the center of the object. I want to be 50 meters from it.
50 meters.
You do a circular, and you don't have to manually fly it around. You can be basically the computer.
Perfect circle.
Exactly, it's a perfect circle. You can do waypoints. You can say, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here, and then you can
on
GPS,
sort of map out. On a map. Tack.
Exactly, and not only that, you can tell the camera as you get to this point, turn the camera 90 degrees, tilt it down 30 degrees, and so you can map out the shot.
All that kind of presets that in the old days, took ages to.
Right. You'd manually block your shots and repeat that a bunch of times till you got it, and and it takes a bit of repetition to get the shots right, even with a drone, but. It's cheap, If you have time and batteries, you just keep doing it.
But of course, the democratization bit is important. But very often it starts with doing things we could do with other techniques, and most
sure.
of the time after that people start doing new stuff
Yes.
with it. Does it give us new forms of making films? Does it give us? So are we in that phase yet, or are we still impressed by the fact that we can
Just
follow a movie?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Drones are able to get into places that you can't get into with a helicopter or any manned aircraft.
Like a smoke channel. Yeah.
Exactly, as I had said earlier, and but just really small, tight spaces. You can kind of like go through them and come out. And actually, one of the videos that I had seen prior to doing the film festival that's amazing. It's a first-person view. So this idea, drone racing is a big thing nowadays, and the idea of drone racing is you wear these goggles and you see what the drone sees, and you're literally sitting in the drone as if you were a pilot. And there was one done in California in Venice Beach, or in Santa Monica on the pier. There's a big
I know
fort.
it.
It's pretty iconic, right? And so this man does a beautiful video, early morning, sun is just rising, and he's sitting there a mile away from the pier wearing the goggles, and he's flying the drone, and he's going up and around the pier, and he goes through the Ferris wheel, he threads the needle of the Ferris wheel, and then he follows the roller coaster track up and down. It's early in the morning, so there's nothing going on there, but it's this beautiful sort of like flow that you have with the environment. You cannot do that with a traditional helicopter.
No.
By chance, I know the pier. I used to stay in the Shutters on the Beach hotel, which is next door to the pier. But anyway, that's the side story.
So are there still, say, technology issues that need to be be sorted, and what are they?
Well, I think sense and avoid is a big one, being able to understand what's in its field of view. So object recognition, so that's machine visioning, it's being able to determine speed and trajectory of things that you're approaching. So it's there on a rudimentary level right now. Consumer drones do have, some of the models do have that, and will stop if it gets to an object, or it'll route around it. But that needs to become much better if it's going to be a viable thing that we can trust to keep drones safe and people safe and during shoots.
Yeah.
So I think that's one piece of it.
Regulations? Are you allowed to use them? So is that an issue?
Oh yes, of course. And well, and that's the other thing. I mean, the U.S. is fairly conservative in where you can fly a lot of drones. And I hear here in Amsterdam specifically, there's a big no drone zone, right? You can't really fly. So I think as drones become smarter and can react to the changing environment, and also integrated into the greater airspace. So there's a project in the U.S. with NASA where they're trying to figure out air traffic control system for manned aircraft as well as drones, where they'll all interoperate, talk to some master system, and potentially never become an issue, at least with the larger aircraft.
Yep.
So maybe that's a way to alleviate some of the concerns, is if these drones can be more networked, smarter, then they can, they can plug into this greater communication system. There'd be less worry by those who know how to fly it. Yeah.
Today we're here at the Nerderlands festival.
Yep.
You came over especially for that, and you gave a talk earlier today.
Yes.
You just told me it was full house, a lot of questions. What was the main line of questioning from the audience today? What did they want to know from you?
I had a couple questions regarding sort of one was sort of about just entrepreneurship and how to sort of do and launch an event and launch, kind of do one, like the challenges in producing a thing, making a thing.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Somebody was asking like, how hard is it to get into it? How, what's the learning curve? That's a common one.
Yeah. Well, what was the main subject of your talk yourself?
Mostly, so it was a combination of the history of aerial imagery using drones, cinematography using drones, and then my own personal involvement with that. So kind of talking about where I came from, and then the film festival a little bit, talking about that.
Yeah, if you travel the world, do you always carry a drone in your suitcase?
I try to. I mean, I did not bring. I have a small, fun one to fly, right? But
Did you take it? Or not?
yeah, it's over there in a bag. Actually, we could fly it now if I was ready. Someone wants to bring it over. We could certainly.
Can somebody bring it over? The small drone on the
yeah,
on the
so
couch?
it's in my side bag, which I think is over there. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, great! Maybe you can show it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to do any cinematography capturing a video here, so I didn't bring my camera drone.
Yeah.
So I just have a fun flying drone.
Yeah.
So this is a kind of a hot one right now. It's called the Inductrix.
Okay.
And basically what this is a very small, it's a micro drone. I'll bring it out and see if the camera can see it. And it's
Take it easy. We have time.
There you go. Well, it's
Oh, is this the one? Yeah.
That's all.
It's a quadcopter. It's basically
Okay.
it's essentially a toy. It's very inexpensive. You can buy it on on Amazon, or I don't know what you have here, but you can buy it inexpensively for less than $100.
Okay.
But
But that's just for fun, not too much.
well, so it's fun, but it's also important because actually one of the questions that people always ask is, how do I get into this? What is your advice for new people who want to do this?
Yeah.
And I always say, buy one of these first. Buy a small drone that you can learn how to fly first.
Yeah.
And then when you get good at that, then that applies to the bigger ones.
Yeah.
And you'll be less likely to lose it or break it or
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but this is
So
hard.
what
this
is the
hard
price
to
this
break.
one?
Yeah.
So
Less than $100.
$75. Yeah. So and then there's a different version where you can get one where it doesn't come with the controller, because if you're a hardcore drone flyer, you might have your own more intelligent controller that can control multiple.
Yeah.
And so you can bind a drone to your controller.
Yeah.
So the bind and flies are cheaper because this piece doesn't cost much. You're not including this extra piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, turn it on, and these very small batteries. They only last maybe 10 minutes at a time. And put it down.
Yeah, you have to connect.
All right. And let's see if I can get her in the air. Oh yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Martinez follow the drone with the
Yeah.
cameras.
He's able to get the right camera for it. Yeah. And then I can land it on your laptop maybe.
Yeah, landed on my laptop. Thank you.
10 points.
Well, that's a long loss.
Sure.
10 points. Yeah. No, great. And for everybody who is interested in the talk you gave today, you're doing another thing in Amsterdam tomorrow or the day after?
Friday. Is that
Friday.
tomorrow? Friday night. Yeah, Friday
Yeah.
evening. There's I'm doing a curated version of the Flying Robot Film Festival. It's sort of the subset. Some of the things we had last year, that's sort of the best of. A few submissions from this year, and then I have some hand-selected things that I think will be interesting to people. So roughly a 90-minute program of drone video shorts.
Okay, in Vondel CS
yeah.
for everybody who wants to, who is watching live and is interested in going there.
Correct.
And what's the website?
Oh
If
yes,
want
thank
to,
you for asking. So the Flying Robot Film Festival, you can find out more information at FRIFF.co. That's FRIFF.
Yeah.
.co. First letter of each of them. Might be easier just to remember flyingrobotfilmfestival.com or Google it.
Yeah.
All those will get you to the site.
Yeah.
But we are still accepting submissions right now, so for one more month. And if anybody's into making drone videos, shorts, whatever, please submit. We are giving away $10,000 in prizes.
Great. Yeah.
So you could walk away with a new drone or some accessories. Or
Yeah,
money.
great.
And before we finish, I really want to show a small part of a video you made yourself.
Oh, thank you.
In 2013 of the Burning Man Festival in Nevada in the desert. You know, very
I've heard about
filmic
this, yes.
scenery, but when I watched it I realized, whoa, if you would have shown that to any cinematographer 10 years ago, they would have thought, wow, this is a multi-million-dollar production,
Well, the thing is, the set, you couldn't really pay for that. So Burning Man is a very special festival where everybody brings to the table what they want. I mean, now the thing in the middle, the spaceship with the man on top, now
That's amazing, of course.
It's amazing, but that's built by the organization, right?
Yeah.
That's part of the infrastructure of the event. But everything around it, all the people, all the art, everything else is what people bring to it, on their own. So so it's luck, really.
But then this was really a hit on YouTube.
It's the first time I've had a video that got over 1 million views in 1 week. So
It's quite amazing.
I'm not complaining. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming.
Oh yeah. What is this?
We are here, I guess, at the Homeland Brewery, and they make very special beer.
Oh, they do.
So I don't know if you like beer.
I love beer.
But try this
the
at home
pale ale.
or in your hotel.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you. This looks fantastic. I wonder if I can bring this back to the States.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can. Yeah.
Or I'll
Take
just
it
drink
back
it
with
before
you.
that happens. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
very
This is great.
Jullie bedanken voor het kijken. Kijk je nu live, blijf dan nog even hangen, want we hebben zo direct nog een laatste gast, de laatste van de 5. Kijk je on demand, dan weet je dat je alle 5 afleveringen kunt terugzien. Fastmovingtargets.nl en youtube.com/fastmovingtargets. Dankjewel.
Dag. Thanks, Andy.
Yes. Thank you.
I love that drone. $75?
Yeah. And these are they're very precise, and they're fun to fly. Once you learn them, you can really.
And they don't break fast?
Yeah, and they're just light. I mean, you can land someone's hair, and there's be a problem. And you can actually. But yeah, it's good air conditioning. Feel the air. Yeah, totally.
Ja.